Greetings, YouTube. I am currently watching Star Trek Enterprise for the first time. I know I'm late to the game. I have the first 3 seasons on Blu-ray, which I got lucky. I got those for $10 a pop. I'm gonna have to shell out like $40 for season 4, though. It sucks, but I want to get it on Blu-ray, and so I have the complete collection. I've also watched Discovery. I quite enjoyed Discovery. The whole serialization of Star Trek I think is kind of cool, but also if you don't like the storyline, you're stuck with the same arc for the entire season. And I'm not a big Mirror Universe fan. Um, so I like the Planet a Week thing. I would like a little less. So I would like, say, if you could give me story arcs of 2 to 4 episodes interspersed with, say, 1 to 3 Planet of the Week episodes and then another short arc. Again, 2 to 4 episodes. And you did that, I would be very happy. Maybe throwing in some bits and pieces that has an overarching story going on in the background that pops up its head here and there. You know, like a campaign. Role-playing books. But the one thing I'm really loving about the Enterprise, taking into account that the episodes are very uneven. But the first episode, my wife and I looked at each other and we're like, this thing looks like the BBC made it. This is not good. What I love is the ship itself. Of the Enterprises, barring the really super advanced one, which I only know about because of like Space Doc, I think, talked about it, and a couple of other YouTubers talked about it. That's the only context I have for that version of the Enterprise. But barring that super advanced one, which is more mythical than reality for me, the NX-01 is my favorite version of the Enterprise. Why? Because it looks like a vessel. It doesn't look like a convention center that flies through space from planet to planet and from storyline to storyline. The NX-01 looks like a vessel. Now, I realize that if it had gone the full 7-season arc, that there was probably going to be an engineering subhull added to it, which would be then the standard model that you have in the Enterprise that we saw originally in the original series. And I'm looking forward to Brave New Worlds with Pike. The guy who plays Pike, whose name escapes me at the moment, brilliant actor, plays that role beautifully. I am in love with this dude. He's said such a nice job. And the young Spock, awesome. But that Enterprise, again, it's a convention center in space. The NX-01 looks like a vessel. It looks like a really advanced submarine, which is what it should look like. And I love that flat style of ship with no subhull. I like the sleek, simple nature of it. One of my favorite Star Trek ship of all is probably the Voyager, particularly the advanced version at the end of the arc. I've never actually watched that entire thing. I plan on doing that someday. I'm slowly working my way through the series that I haven't finished out. For example, I've got the first 3 or 4 seasons of DS9, which I never watched all the way through, and I want to see Voyager all the way through. I have no interest in ever seeing the Next Generation again, unless somebody drops them in my lap, and then I might have to force my way through it, because some of that was horrible looking. The writing with some of it was terrible. There's a whole lot of that, and the whole Borg thing bored me to no end. Just, oh yes, let's smack the audience upside the head with a few more metaphors. Oh yes, beat me, baby, beat me. It was horrible. But I like the ship in Enterprise a hell of a lot more than I like the Galaxy class. I thought it was aesthetically ugly. I didn't like the ship. I thought it was ugly. And again, convention center in space. I also have been watching here on and off the original series, which looks so awkward now. I'm trying to take it from a historical perspective, and I'm actually old enough, and I remember some of the episodes from the third season when they first aired. I think I remember like 2 of the episodes from when I was a kid. The rest I've seen just in reruns. But I've actually got all 3 seasons now. I picked up the second season. I had the first, and I got the third. I found the second. $15 for the second season. Cool. So I'm really happy filling in the gaps in my Star Trek collection. Even though again I don't really have any interest in the Next Generation. I thought by and large it was not a great series. Some of the cool characters moved on to other shows like DS9, and then we had a better ship design in the Voyager. So there are things that I really love about Star Trek. There are things I don't, and the things that I don't like about Star Trek seem to be distilled a whole lot in the Next Generation. And I know that Enterprise is uneven, and I know that it does not end well, and that the people that produced it are unhappy with the way they ended it. They were disappointed with how their job they did at ending it. So I'm not holding my breath for a great ending at the end of the 4th season. But I'm enjoying what I'm seeing now, and I love that ship. I like the shuttles they use. I like the fact that the transporter is new and it's not perfect yet. They teleport somebody and he's got leaves embedded in his body because he was lying on leaves when he was teleported. And I realize that there are inconsistencies and there are paradoxes using the teleporter. I get that. And the amount of energy required would be unbelievably high, just like having the replicator, your food replicator and things like that. Incredibly high amounts of energy. Absurd, but I love it. Just like we love the fact that, Iron Man and Black Panther violate the law of conservation of mass with their nanotech armor. It's still cool. We still love it. We put up with that crap. I get it. But the NX-01 is just the best. I like the layout. I like the look. I even appreciate some of the limitations. It's an early. I don't like the way they're portraying the Vulcans as the socially conservative asses of this series. That I don't like. And I think it may be one of the reasons the series didn't do well. No one wanted to see the Vulcans portrayed like that. Nobody. And I don't think that there was anything canon that said they should have been that way. Are they more reserved than humans? Yes, they are. Are they this socially conservative and this much of jerks on a racial level? I don't think so. I'm also opposed to monocultures like the Klingons and the Vulcans have and the Romulans have and everybody else has, except the Earthlings. Earthlings have an entire plethora of cultures, but everybody else, they just got one. They're the same problem in fantasy races. Bugs the crap out of me. Monoculture is just lazy writing. So I'm really enjoying Enterprise as far as the technology goes, and I'm just kind of sitting back and enjoying the stories that I have thrown at me. I'm appreciating it. Some of the characters are fun. I'm really enjoy watching T'Pol and Archer kind of play off each other. These characters have some depth to them, so I like that. Even if the episodes are uneven, but yeah, hands down, that is my favorite version of the Enterprise. So tell me, what is your favorite version of the Enterprise, and what is your favorite Star Trek ship of all the different ships? So let's talk about just Star Trek. We're not going to delve into the other franchises out there. We'll just stick with Star Trek right now. For mine is the Voyager, and for the Enterprise it's the NX-01. So let's talk about Star Trek vessels.